Are you really the first person here? What? Hey, Dina. Hey, whistle down. Yeah, a lot of people are live right now, but this is the time I could go live. So that's that on that, okay? It just is what it is. Hi, under your scars. So, let me mute what I was listening to. I was listening to a podcast. This stream is going to be very specific as to what it's for, why I'm doing it. I don't know what is going on in this community. I feel like we used to have one that was very specific against certain things, right? It was not what it is now. Whatever this is now is bizarre. And this is not drama or I need attention. I've been covering the Karen Reed trial and it was great. And I haven't personally been called out about this. Jones went over some stuff last night where she and her crew were called out. But I have definitely stepped away from a lot of places because it's a very hard line for me personally, what we're about to go over. I've shared before, with a lot of you guys. And hey, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. I've shared before, my family is very mixed. And that's not even my main reason, right? It's just basic fucking humanity, basic morals. And nobody else has to share my morals. I'm not asking anybody to change. I'm not asking anybody to see my point of view. But I am part of this community. And I've watched people be called on these very specific things. We were built on spreading awareness, promoting, the right way to kind of do things as far as victims went and as far as stories go. I mean, we were united, at least on that front. We all didn't get along, that's for sure, because not everybody agrees with how people do things. But there seemed to be a baseline that we were all good with. Where the fuck that went, I don't know. But that used to matter to me, that even if we all didn't like each other, there were definitely things we stood firm on. There just were. I don't know. I guess what made it hard for me in the past few months was just watching people that I respected, who used to stand firm, act like nothing happened, but are calling out people for other things. And it made me wonder, are our morals as a community, we don't all share the same morals, but again, baseline, are they that fickle? Are they that all over the fucking place? And it feels like they are. It really feels like they are. And that sucks. So I didn't like it and I walked away. I only reached out to one person privately, and I said clearly, it's not your problem. It's my problem. It's my morals. It's my lines. But that's just why you won't see me in chat. And the person responded and was like, I totally understand. And since then, other people have now spoken out. I'm sure that, not that I'm popular, but I'm sure that, a few people have noticed, like, well, where did she go? She must be sitting on a high horse, thinking she's better than everybody or whatever. And that's just, it's not true. It's just, I decided to do what I wanted to do. However, I did listen to Burnt Toast host stream. Burnt Toast is definitely somebody I've listened to for a very long time. I used to listen to the Shanny and Rev streams, so it's been a long time. I don't know if she knows the full context of all of this. I don't know. I don't. From listening to what they were saying, I don't even know if the three people on panel know the entire context. So I thought that that was really important to just put it out here so that it'll sit here. Let me be clear again. I don't want Clue to change. Absolutely not. I don't want her to change. I don't think she has to. I think it's totally her values. Maybe they've changed. Maybe they haven't. Maybe they've had conversations. Maybe they haven't. But I just personally can't be in a space where the line keeps moving based on who said it. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So that's where I stand with all of it. This is just to give the full context of exactly what happened, because one of their responses was, one of Clue's responses on Burnt Toast was, I don't know, I'd have to see the chat. Like, I don't know if I said that. I don't know. Okay. And because people don't want to sit and watch long streams, a lot of times things are clipped, and that's not always fair either. So this is the stream, and you can see up the top here, I did a screen recording because I was listening to Burnt Toast in one ear and I was watching this in the other, like this now. So I was talking and listening and talking. So here we go for those who give a shit. And I don't think a lot of people do. I think people, the ones who are aware of it, are okay with it. And that's fine. You're aware of it. You've watched the entire stream. You know all the context and you're good with it. My dogs are going to be snoring. I apologize. The ones who maybe, I saw a lot of comments on Burnt Toast stream saying, I've never heard her say anything about that. She's never said those words. Clue's never said that. So that just leads me to believe that maybe a lot of people don't know. And if they do know and they've listened to the context and they're okay with it, that's on them. I'm not here, again, to change anybody's mind. Happy Sunday. So it is what it is. This is the context. That's it. That's all this is. I am not arguing with anybody. I don't want anybody to change. I don't want anybody to come to me to talk about it. I didn't say the words. I just am standing on what I think is the right thing. There was a time that somebody on here, a creator, made some comments that I willfully ignored, thinking, well, that's ignorance, or, that community is very real life going. Do I want to battle with them by calling this out? And I didn't. And John Crimes called me on it, and he was a fucking 100% right to do so. And I decided, I'm never going to stay quiet about that, because if we stay silent, what are we saying? What exactly are we saying when we stay silent in the face of things like you're about to hear? It's bullshit. It's bullshit, in my opinion. So, without further ado, let me know if you can hear this. And I want to tell you, if you have not watched the entire thing through, trigger warning. Okay? You can watch it at your own risk. A lot is said that is extremely racist. And it's not just this. I have other clips in here as well that you'll see at the end of this. So let me shut the fuck up and you can listen.
Say hi to Bob. Yes, I'll say hi to Bob. I'm okay with being a racist. Look, at the end of the day, they're going to call you all the ists no matter what decision you make. If you criticize women, you're a sexist. If you criticize Tyrone, you're a racist. If you're going to call you an ist no matter what you do. BK74, I used to work 70 hours.
Just understand that when you speak about black people in this chat, they're referred to as Tyrone if you're a male, and something Keisha. I don't know. Sharkeisha, if you're a female. That's a trigger warning. Just, I'm letting you know.
It's making ends meet. If you don't want to pay reparations, you're a racist. I could have used this migrant debit card back in the day. Yeah, I hear you there. My house is worth 2 to 3 million. Look, you know how I know your house isn't worth 2 to 3 million? Because you said 2 to 3 million. If your house was worth over 2 million, you would have said my house is worth 2.4 million. But you didn't. You just threw out a random number and said, hey, my house is 2 to 3 million. Right, I hear you. But we hear you. Anybody can say shit on the internet. Anybody can say shit on the internet. Just saying. What's up, Roger? So anyway, what we're gonna listen to right here, I'm ready.
So he said something about reparations. I'm racist as fuck then, because I ain't paying you shit for something that happened when I was still in someone's ballsack. Okay.
Racist as fuck then, because I ain't paying you shit. I ain't paying these motherfuckers shit either. You want reparations from me? Come forward with my drawers then. Then we'll talk.
If you want reparations from me, come fold my drawers then. So again, there's going to be a lot of things in here. And people are against reparations. A lot of people think it's bullshit. A lot of people are for it. A lot of people think there's a meet in the middle place somewhere. I don't know. I can't speak on any of that. It's not for me to speak on. But this is the tone. The tone is now being set in this chat. This is not the only chat this person was in. And these aren't the only things that was said. So.
Oh. Absolutely, Illuminati. 100% agree. Captain Obvious struck again, always. Tay says we have to have this safes to lock our guns and valuables up while we work because thugs are breaking into homes and robbing people where I live. When we're home, we have a gun to protect ourselves out. Yeah. No, I understand. And hopefully you'll move into a better area. But it doesn't really matter, man. People from bad areas are starting to branch out. Shanique says, I don't understand why they're still talking about this reparations crap. It's just a hustle. It's just a grift. They're just throwing it out there, see if it sticks.
It's a hustle.
What's up, Jenny? How you doing, brother? How you doing?
Okay.
What we're going to look at here. Store clerk says she saw the suspect hours after the girl disappeared.
Him Thursday morning. It wasn't early morning. I want to say after 9, probably.
Exactly, Buckshot.
I can't remember what he bought. I want to say it was like some change for gas. But it could have very well even been a couple of beers. I just can't remember because I didn't know.
Easier to get free money than work for it, hence the desire for reparations.
I was supposed to remember.
So we ain't paying for shit.
Because he's so ugly.
So just so you're keeping along, you have me on this side of the screen and me up there on that top of the screen. And what I'm doing is reading her comments. Hey, Cammie. So if you're having a hard time understanding him and you need some of his words said, I don't know, just put it in the chat. I completely understand what he's saying. I don't know. There's somebody in their chat right now, right here, that says, let me just say this, East Texas is swamped with people like him. A Glock versus them, haha. I know a divorce attorney who wouldn't even take a case because her husband's involvement with the Brotherhood.
And I mean, it's a place you don't forget.
You say it was after the fact, after you realized that this guy's involved with this situation, that it clicked. What made you remember him being in front of your counter?
When I saw his mugshot, when he was a person of interest, when
Sorry, my son was there. Let me see if I can do closed captions. Hold on. Let me just look. And this isn't a mess. I know people are probably like, your office is a mess. That's my my little guy Noodles. And I have to keep all those boxes up there because my cats try to eat Noodles, which is really sad. It's really sad. So, generates audio captions. The entire timeline sequence. Okay, let's see if we can do it. So it'll take a second to do that. keep Noodles back there. I know, poor Noodles. Poor Noodles. Noodles is a leopard gecko. He is a disabled leopard gecko that I saved from Petco. He could not molt. He couldn't shed his skin, and he got very deformed. So he's a macaroni. Yeah, so I think this is going to take a bit, but it'll show up when it shows up. So we'll just keep going. So it'll take a little bit, but you'll start seeing them. I'm not playing it from his YouTube channel. I screen recorded myself talking on top of it. So yes, KCG alt, it's fine. Okay, because it's doing something. Is it going to let me play it? No. Are you kidding me right now? Motherfucker. So now I got to play it from this fucker's channel. Really? I did not want to do that. But I will. I did not want to. Because this takes a second, but... Oh, nope, I don't have to. Thank you, Jesus. You're my friend. You love me. Here we go.
Who cares?
They put his picture on Facebook.
What was it about him? I know that.
His tattoos and his ugly face. His hair, yeah, his hair.
Yeah, no, they don't. They can go after me all you want to go after me. I make more on this YouTube than anyone in this business. I make more money off YouTube than any true crime motherfucker here. That's the truth. Because I don't depend on Google AdSense. Just saying. I ain't worried what they say about me at all. At all. There's $10,000 worth of annual passes I take my kids to every day in my pocket right now. You think I give a fuck what those clowns say? You know what I mean? Who gives a fuck? That's all I'm saying. I don't watch none of the motherfuckers either way.
They always go after YouTubers who don't censor themselves because you hurt feelings. Oh, well, rub some dirt on it. That very well may be true. I think that racism in 2024, 2025 has absolutely no place. I think it is very hurtful. I think it's rude, inconsiderate, and you stood on it. You absolutely stood on it. So here we are today where people are talking about it again. We can't prevent people from talking about it, but these comments here, when you have somebody like Burnt Toast who may not have seen this video, you know, she may feel like she's seen clips out of context. Other people were in that chat saying, I've never seen Clue say anything like that. These people are liars. These people are gaslighting. These people are jealous. This is because of Queen Bee. It certainly isn't for me. I'm not lying. I'm not gaslighting. This has nothing to do with Queen whatsoever, or anybody else. It is about the fact that these comments were made, racism is alive and well, and people don't seem to give a fuck. And there definitely are people who know 100% what was said, and they don't care. That's the whole point. A lot of times, people don't want to fuck with people who are cool with things like this being said. If you don't stand for something, what in the fuck?
Anything did you advise it's like this guy's up to something?
No, no.
Did you call the police on those here?
Yes, I did.
What this interview, what this lady's saying doesn't matter to the context at all. So if you can't hear him, it doesn't make any difference.
And I look at the cameras. They responded within probably 10 to 15 minutes of me calling.
Any luck on the cameras?
I don't know. I have no idea. I wasn't here as my
What's up,
dad,
Paige?
so-
Did you feel a need to say something, to do something, knowing that this little girl is
Yes,
safe?
yes, absolutely, absolutely. My daughter knows the mama, so and we've known the little girl when she was smaller. Haven't seen her here lately, but yeah,
Everybody always wants to get on the news.
he's just evil, I guess.
What's up, Paige? How you been, beautiful?
One way or another, we need help.
They have denied bond for the murder.
In the disappearance of Audrey Cunningham is now charged with capital murder. In just the last 10 minutes, we've learned Don Stephen McDougal went before a judge and is being held on no bond. This after Audrey's body.
So somebody in here got me stumped. Clue, how the heck are ya? That led me to believe she'd been there before. Or maybe they just know each other from a different chat. I don't know. But this guy here, I mean, he's outwardly, admittedly racist. So I wondered myself, has she been here before? Like, does she know these people?
It was found yesterday. Which Eloka joins us from the Pope.
Great.
And the answer is yes.
Demon dog.
Based on this investigation, and obviously this is not the news the community was pulling for.
And she says,
As the autopsy
amazing
on
as
Audrey
always.
Cunningham awaits to be conducted at the Harris County
Today's
Special
babe.
Prosecutor's Office to figure out how she died, the man investigators say allegedly killed her is waiting behind bars for a capital murder bond hearing. This is the latest mugshot taken of 42-year-old Don McDougal on the 17th after he was arrested Friday for an unrelated aggravated assault charge. Audrey went missing last Thursday when she never made it to the school bus stop.
That shit's crazy,
Police say
man.
Audrey's backpack was found near the Trinity River Dam the very next day. McDougal, who investigators say lived in a trailer home behind Audrey's house, was a family friend who would drop her off at school or at the bus stop. He admitted to law enforcement he left the family home with Audrey 6 days ago. Conversations with McDougal and evidence collected through cell phone analysis, investigators say helped them locate the 11-year-old's body at Trinity River under U.S. Highway
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if he raped her, I believe there's going to be other charges coming.
59. The community.
I believe he raped her. I don't believe there's any or even if he didn't that day, I believe he's been raping her. And maybe he was worried that she was going to tell. So maybe he said, fuck it. He said, you don't leave any witnesses. You don't leave anybody to talk. Maybe that's what he was thinking.
Including family, mourned her death at a vigil last night. This week, staff at the Livingston ISD Elementary School Audrey attended are wearing purple in support of her. There's a memorial planned for
That's possible,
tonight
Katie.
at 6 p.m. where people are encouraged to wear different shades of purple, like the colors you see I have on now,
Absolutely,
in honor
Columbine.
of Audrey. Reporting in Livingston, Ugochi Iloka, KHOU,
Yeah.
11 News.
You don't just look. The dude has previous sex charges with children. Anyway, the dude has previous sex charges. It's clear he's a chumbo. And so it's just, you don't recover from that shit. Once you decide that you like having sex with children, you're not going to not decide it, right? And think about this. As a normal person, we all have people that sexually turn us on. For the most part, that doesn't change. I like dark-haired brunettes with butts. That will always turn me on. Older women, not younger women. I like older brunettes with butts. I've always felt that way. That's always been my type. I think all of you have a type. And the truth of this is, I don't think we change that. So if you're a chomo and it's kids that are your type, I don't think that ever changes. You may go outside your type. Like, it's not like I don't fuck blondes. But brunettes are what I like. I don't think your taste changes. So I think that by that same logic, a chomo will never change. They're destined. Yeah, I'm definitely a butts guy, man. Titties do nothing for me. Child rapists cannot be rehabilitated. I agree completely. 1,000%. 1,000%. See where we're going next. Y'all just forget about the skinky redheads. I'll fuck a redhead, but y'all some crazy motherfuckers. I couldn't be in a relationship with you. Always prefer brunettes, but never turn down an occasional. Yeah, we ain't turning down no shit. We ain't turning it down, Myers. Not at all. I ain't turning down the redhead. I'm just not gonna be with her. Most redheads, they'll stab shit at you. I ain't got time. Redheads and Mexican bitches stab you to fucking death. I'm type 2 blonde to be these. That's what he said. Hips, thighs, and asses is where it's at. I agree. Can't mess with the redheads. Ain't no dick worth dealing with the crazy. No, yeah. Heard you there. We're only 2% of the world's population. Tyrone's only, well, that's not actually true. That's not actually true. We're talking about the world. Yeah, I don't know how you motherfuckers were made. I don't know how you digits were made. But anyways, we're gonna move on to the next story. Let me pull this out. I'm gonna go smoke real quick, and then when I come back, provide a little bit.
Yes, Kevin. We are in a community that is, I don't know. I don't even know what you would call it. Or we were, or we are. I don't even know. This guy's not in our community. Okay. There's a case of Sebastian Rogers out of Tennessee. And Sebastian went missing in February of 2024, 3 days after this stream right here. Anyway, none of that really matters, but I'm just giving you the background on it. A lady named Cluminati also was covering him because she's local. She started getting some attention from our community over here, and people liked her. She was very outspoken, very bold. As time went on, people were kind of like, she says some wild shit. Like, this might be a little bit too much. And all of a sudden, somebody found a stream, this stream in particular, and provided screenshots of what you're about to see. Nothing even bad has happened yet. I played this so that you can see full context, because people claim things are clipped out of content. It's rage bait. People are doing this on purpose. They're trying to get people to change who they are. You must agree with me or whoever. And if you don't, we're going to badger you to death and blah, blah, blah. I did one whole stream on this. The day that I found out, I was completely raging. Other people in the same community also did streams calling this out. It went away for a little while. She left for like a week, I guess. She argued with a few people. Then she came back. And nothing was ever said again. Like nothing was ever said again. What? But we call out people for way lesser than this. When you see what's being said in here, you'll understand why. And yeah, this guy is absolutely fucking gross.
A bit more commentary on some shit. But guys, what I'm gonna show you here. Let me get to it. Let me get to it. Give me 1 second. All right. Nothing a little hair dye can't fix. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's not, by the way, I'm a dude. It's not like it's that big of a deal. You think if Miss M was about to suck my dick, I'd be like, oh no. You gotta dye your hair first. No, the answer's no. Only rehab is death. Yeah, exactly. 100%. 100%. That's why I always laugh at women with the, like, hey, I'm a redhead, get out of here. Me and my daughter are cool as fuck, get out. I mean, you're probably crazy though. We'll see. We'd see. He said it's a genetic mutation. Yeah, don't let me talk shit. Dudes, we don't really care. That's why I always laugh when women are, like, you know, I got my like, y'all think we give a shit. We would rather not have makeup because we don't want it on us. You don't love a little crazy in your life? Well, yeah, crazy women got the best pussy, so yes. Fat women give the best head. Crazy women have the best pussy. Skinnier women make your dick feel like it's huge.
I can't do it.
Is this true?
She don't make me laugh.
This is true. But anyways, yeah, we don't really care. We'll talk about our preferences.
I am sorry.
JB has had his fair share of crazy. Indeed, I have. Indeed. Personality goes way further than dumb shit. Yes and no. Like, you gotta be able to make some eggs. He said, I'm thick as fucking, I ain't lying, I'll suck the soul out of your chest. Let me make sure you have this before. Make sure you have this. There you go. There you go. Oh, damn, it didn't pop up on there. Oh, yeah, it did. Anyway, that's for you, Kluman. That's a problem. Anyway, can't say shit on it anymore. They block everyone. Of course I do.
I know there's a lot going on with this, right? You got me up here, him talking, and then the chat over here and another chat there. Just, just check out the names, okay? Just look at the names. One of the guys in here, well, Soulless Ginger and Hellcat, I guess, is in a relationship with Daddy Hitler. You'll hear from Daddy Hitler soon.
Of course I do. A little bit. No, crazy's fun. Crazy is definitely fun. You know. We may say I ain't getting with no crazy bitch. Bullshit. Bullshit. I'm hard to pussy whip. It can't be done. But I can get fooled into some crazy pussy. And I can be fooled to make myself think it'll work out. I'm just saying. I mean, we always believe there's a possibility it'll work. So I'm engaged, I'm good at what I do. I hear you there. All right, here's what we're gonna do. Oh, it's a chick? Oh, she's got a channel? Well, I know it's a chick, that's why yeah. But I did not know she had a channel. I didn't know she did content. Anyways, so here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go into the next story. We're gonna go into a couple stories. And what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna smoke real quick and I'll be right back. Is that faith and hope thing. Always. Always. Just like y'all. Y'all be choosing some bad dick too. But you have faith and you have hope that you can change the motherfucker. Don't lie. Y'all haven't, not all of you, but there's a lot of you out there with at least one bad baby daddy because you thought you could change that motherfucker. There's women that get with me today that think they can change me.
Y'all are like, why are you
I'm
doing
like, bitch,
this?
I've been drinking
Context.
for 30 years.
I'm not going to
What makes
leave
you think
anything out.
that I'm going to quit this shit for you? You got to go. But women, 34 years today, he ain't changing. Exactly. There you go. Exactly. You got to watch her live. She keeps it real. Yeah, I'll probably check her out. I'll probably check her out. Let me know when she's not engaged anymore. No, I'll go check her out. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to move on to the story. I'm going to go smoke. Guys, what they are keeping for most of you, typically, if women do that dumb shit, get with a man just to change. Yeah, it's done.
Come on.
It's done. I've had women say to me, you drink too much. I'm like, bitch, I drank too much when you met me. You met me drunk on the internet. Everyone that watches me and has watched me long enough knows I drink like a motherfucker. And I have no intentions of stopping because it does nothing to negatively affect my life. None. Now his name is that when it comes to the Kansas City Chiefs parade, what this was just Tyrone's argument. They will.
And so it begins. Here we go. He's talking about the Kansas City Chiefs, and then Tyrone. Okay. Tyrone, again, is black people in this chat.
When it comes to the Kansas City Chiefs parade, what this was just Tyrone's argument.
Tyrone's.
They will try to sit and tell you they need to push gun control. Trying to change a man will result in an unhappy man. Yeah. Thank you, Demon Dog. Yeah, but you keep it real, JB. Yeah, in order to quit something, you have to think it's bad. Just because you people think, or anybody thinks that drinking is bad, doesn't mean I do. I think drinking is the greatest thing in the world. I think that any type of addiction or something you're into, it's only a problem if it affects you negatively. At 43 years old, I've learned to maintain that shit. Doesn't affect me negatively or not. That's all they do. I argue them pew-pew. That's why I don't. No, that's exactly right. That's what we're going to get to. They don't understand this is a culture. A culture that's taught that whenever there's a confrontation or disagreement.
That's all they do is argue, then pew-pew. That's why I don't go anywhere when there's a lot of them. Them meaning Tyrone. Them meaning black people.
They just got to start busting cats at each other. Conflict resolution is not their thing. Wait till you see this. The friend says the Chiefs parade shooting suspect was only protecting him. Because that's what they do. They gang out. What's up, Holly? How you doing? I'm going to go smoke. I'll be right back.
The Jackson County prosecutor says this is the man who fired the first shot. 23-year-old Lindell Mays, along with 18-year-old Dominique Miller. Both men now charged with second-degree felony murder. Tonight, only on Fox 4, we're hearing from one victim shot in the neck who says his friend Dominique Miller was only trying to protect him. I'm John Holt.
And I'm Christelle Bell. That bullet traveling from his neck and through his mouth, and his mouth is nearly wired all the way shut. But tonight, he says there's no reason Miller should be behind bars. Fox 4 is nearly a week later, the pieces of the story slowly, and we do mean slowly, coming together.
And another piece of this puzzle, John and Christelle. Marquez Harris, as you mentioned, shot in the neck, that bullet traveling through his mouth. Tonight, compelled to speak after his friend was charged with 4 felonies.
A 78 average IQ does not lead to good decision making or proper impulse control. This context is important.
Including second-degree murder. The question is, did his friend, Dominique Miller, fire in self-defense? These scenes of chaos are all too familiar sight 6 days after the Chiefs rally was marked by gunfire that took 1 life and wounded countless others. They're even more real for Marquez Harris.
We went to the parade, and my little brother, the dude mugged my little brother.
Harris.
Blacks should be banned from the Second Amendment.
Says Lindell Mays was staring down his 15-year-old friend. That 15-year-old asking Mays if there was a problem. That's when Mays, according to Harris, started to talk trash to the teenager, and Harris interjected.
And I pushed my little brother out the way. As soon as I pushed my little brother out the way.
KCG, I think you're missing the point. 100 could be the average IQ, but not for black people. Not in this chat. Not in their minds. And you'll see. Others agree. They absolutely agree. Including the one that everybody's buddies with right now, which is, I don't know.
The dude stepped forward and proceeded to shoot me. I seen the firearm, I turned my face, and then he hit me in the back of the neck and went to my lip as I was turning away from him.
That's when mayhem ensued. Harris says after he was shot by Mays, that is when his friend, Dominique Miller, fired his gun. Only after Lindell Mays fired his weapon, and only in defense.
Paige, who's one of Clue's favorites, she said, look how ignorant they are.
Of Harris, the state alleges one of Miller's bullets is the one that hit Lisa Lopez Galvan. This image here from TMZ Sports shows the moment when Harris is holding his face.
And do I disagree that people who are running around doing this type of shit are ignorant? Of course. If you're out there killing people, of course you're ignorant. It's not what the fuck she's talking about, though.
After being shot.
After I got shot, instantly, like, I walked out looking for help. I was looking for help.
What the fuck?
What
the fuck is wrong with his mouth?
He not only pulled his gun first, but that he fired first, and he advanced.
First of all, I got 2 things to say. I'm gonna go look at his mouth again. Number 2, whoever said they're engaged to a dude drinking Bud Light, congratulations, you're a gay woman. What the fuck was wrong with that shit? Hold on, man. I gotta see that again.
Here from TMZ Sports shows the moment when Harris is holding his face after being shot.
After I got shot, instantly, like, I walked off looking for help. I was looking for help. And then I sat there, after I got help, I just sat there straight for a second.
According to prosecutors,
if you shoot me in the face, I'm declining. If you shoot me in the face, I'm declining all interviews. Like, you want to be on the news bad as fuck. You shoot me in the mouth, I'm not talking. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy.
First, but that he fired first, and he advanced on the men.
Y'all need to know that Donald didn't play a part in just going down there.
I'll be honest. That was one thing that kept being repeated yesterday and today so far. Have an open conversation. Why didn't you have an open conversation with Clue? I didn't know Clue. Clue doesn't know me. My issue is not with Clue. I want it to be very clear. My issue is not with Clue personally. I don't know Clue. She is absolutely entitled to her opinions. I don't know her. She doesn't come over here. I don't go over there. I think I was in her chat once. I've watched several of her chats back then. My issue is with our community, who Nunya said something very smart last night. This is a true crime community, which it really isn't. It's a pseudo true crime community. But what are you going to do when it is a Black kid who loses his life? Oh, never mind. Trayvon Martin, right? Yeah. Trayvon Martin is a phrase used by this gentleman while Clue was sitting beside him. If they come to my neighborhood, they'll be Trayvon Martin, Skittles and all falling out the pockets. So that's where I'm at. It's with a community that there is some sadness for me personally. Maybe a lot of other people aren't sad, but we used to have a lot of great subscribers in all of the chats who I felt were, I don't know, I felt like they all felt kind of the same way. Like, we fight for what's wrong. That's why we're here, to be a voice on the internet about these cases and about some creators like Betty, who I could see covering Betty over and over. She goes real life into people's towns and she's crazy. So I got that. I understood that. I wasn't like, oh my God, more Betty content. Betty was always doing something that was wacky. So people stood against that, as they should have. This is so, these words, it's not like they're talking about just the guy on the screen, okay? They're not talking about a person. They're talking about a race of people. And not just the Black race, the Hispanic race. In a different stream, the Asian race. And, Mexicans are called lawn care specialists in this stream. Everybody agrees with it. Black women are called Sharkeisha. White women who are in mixed relationships, like myself, are called mud sharks. This was not a one-off comment where you came across a stream and you were outraged and you're like, oh, this effing N-word. That's not what you did. This is patterned. This is targeted against anybody who isn't a white person. It's baffling to me that the people in our community who heard this happen in the beginning and were outraged are now saying the people who still have an issue with this kind of talk are gaslighting. That people are talking about this for drama and content. Are you fucking joking? Is that a joke? Is that what this is? It's unbelievable to me. I feel fucking gaslit. Like, are you telling me because I have an issue with this that I'm only doing this for drama? That I only talked about it because of drama? I'm unhappy with our community because I'm righteous and I'm above people? Is this a joke? No, it isn't. This fucking community is a joke.
Thinking he was just going to shoot 22 people because didn't nobody have attention on 22 people getting shot.
This isn't a first for Mays. The 23-year-old just got off probation
Of course he did.
for showing a handgun after a dispute while playing basketball.
So he was about to shoot up a motherfucker playing basketball. He went with an AR and said he didn't mean to shoot people up. See what I'm talking about? And they just let that shit slide.
Missouri Community Center.
My condolences to Lisa Lopez and the shooting victim. This was not intentionally. It happened out of nowhere. It was an accidental situation, literally.
Exactly, Illuminati. Well, what had happened was,
His jaw will be wired shut for another 6 weeks, as you saw there.
I'm with your page.
Was also shot should heal in that same amount of time. Christelle.
Yeah, they done shot that motherfucker into a brand new grill. Crazy as fuck. Lyndall Mays is his name. He was pictured for the first time since being charged with the murder over Kansas City, over the parade. There's a little fucking jackass right there. Now let me say something.
Right here. Now you tell me. Burnt Toast asked this specific question. Did you say anything about sending them back to Africa? Now, Paige and Clue, this is why I included all the context. Paige said Clue was her favorite, and Clue said, you know, you're one of my favorites too. Right here. Just put them all on a boat back to Africa. Okay? Okay. Hold on.
Because I know people with money. Okay, you ever take a picture like that? The Tyrone come tax season, boy, they love to flaunt that shit. That's when water lips shut too, exactly. This is how you can usually
The Tyrone come tax season loves to flaunt that shit.
tell when a motherfucker's broke. When they act like the little bit of money that they have needs to be shown off. And this is why they get shot in the mouth and shit. And this is why they get shot in the face.
Paige, I mean, to be fair, they complain about being brought here. Let's start a GoFundMe. That's context. Just put them all on a boat back to Africa. At Paige, I mean, to be fair, they complain about being brought here. Let's start a GoFundMe. Oh, no. No, they agree. That's why they're mods. The Soulless Ginger and Hellcat is in a relationship with a man named Daddy Hitler. Okay? Now, Paige, just put them all on a boat back to Africa. Okay, right here. Right there, you see it. At Paige, I mean, to be fair, they complain about being brought here. Let's start a GoFundMe.
I'm over got like a few 20s. But no, it's culture. It's culture. Why do all Tyrones take that picture? It's not a lot of money. That's a rent. He's holding up a rent. That's all he's holding up.
Why do all Tyrones take that picture? Unbelievable.
Why is that fucked up? Out there gangbanging and shit. It's fucking insane. Just pulled a gun out and started shooting. Murderer Lyndall Mays' confession is revealed in court papers. They're not even smart enough to deny it. 2 adults charged with Kansas City parade shooting, but prosecutors still won't name the name of the juvenile gunman. It's culture, man. It's as simple as that. They go to the car lot to take pictures of other people's cars. Yeah. People don't, man, I walk around in Walmart clothes. That's exactly what this motherfucker is. Just a Walmart t-shirt. My beanies I got off Amazon. I got 20 beanies for I think like $50. If they got a job, they could buy their own car, 100%.
Illuminati. They have ruined this country. Everyone has had to dumb down to accommodate their small IQ. Now the ignorant Gen Zs act. Okay? if you know slang, act just as dumb as they are. She's specifically speaking about black people.
They ruined this country. Everybody had to dumb down to accommodate their small IQ. Now the ignorant Gen Zs act just as dumb as they do. Agreed. It's just one of those things, man. I don't understand it. But I'm just being honest with you. Everybody I know with money, what's up, Stephanie? How you doing, beautiful? Everybody I know with money doesn't flaunt it. Everybody I know with money they don't flaunt it at all. Now I got to feel bad because they Tyrone gangbangers. Yes.
Now I gotta feel bad because
it's just reality, man. But every motherfucker in the projects or in the ghetto, they literally everything about them is so you can look at them and think that they have more money than they have. Too busy making money, says DC. 100%, man. You don't see people with money wearing name brand designer shit because people with money know it's dumb. If I had JB's money, I'd get rid of all mine. Stop it. You're gonna make these motherfuckers not donate. JB's fine. Yeah, broke people. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. JB, I drink loads of different beer. I can't see what the beer you've been drinking is. I've been drinking coffee. I drink Yingling, brother. I'm a Yingling guy. Yingling and Jameson. Everyone I know that have money don't carry cash. That's another thing too.
Let me know if you can hear it.
Blocked 3 of their accounts. So let's have a conversation. What exactly did you say in that chat clip?
Well, I can tell you that I did not call any particular individual a monkey.
And what about their point that you are wanting a GoFundMe to send Black people back to Africa? Because that they are having an absolute meltdown about it.
I would honestly have to go back and actually look at the comments with the chat because I do believe a lot of things. For instance, the question about preheating the oven. I literally asked
Two adults charged with Kansas City parade shooting, but prosecutors still won't name the name of the juvenile gunman. It's culture, man. It's a simple, take that picture. It's not a lot of money. That's a rent. He's holding up a rent. That's all he's holding up. That's why his ass is fucked up. Out there gangbanging and shit. It's fucking insane. Just pulled a gun out and started shooting. Murderer Lindell May's confession is revealed in court papers. They're not even smart enough to deny it. Two adults charged with Kansas City parade shooting, but prosecutors still won't name the name of.
I mean, it's right there. You can see it right here. To be fair, they complain about being brought here. Let's start a GoFundMe. I mean, we just went over it. It is what it is. That's the context. That's the very clear context. Page 1 to send them back to Africa. All of them. Clue says, well, to be fair, they complain about being brought here, so let's start a GoFundMe. It was said. No, it has not been deleted. It's right here. Literally. How do you think I recorded this? I just recorded this yesterday. And it's been shared, and it's been talked about, and it's been told when it was. But here's my thing. I mean, a lot of people around here are about receipts, right? And if you even think that somebody may have said that, wouldn't you go look at it to be sure, like, of who you're fucking with? I mean, I would think that I was sent a lot of stuff about different people. And when I started to notice things, I don't just make friends with, let's say, Kevin and go look up everything he's ever done. That makes no sense. Why would I do that? I mean, I know people on here do, but I would never, right? So I'm just like judging him from the day I meet him going forward. If somebody starts emailing me like, did you know that Kevin's like a whole fucking racist? Did you know that he's called people the N-word, that he's called Chinese this, that he's done this, this, and that? Then I would have to go look at it. Wouldn't I? What the hell? You'd have to at some point. And this has been going on for a while. And you will see what Clue's response was to all of it by the end of this.
They go to the car lot to take pictures of other people's cars. Yeah. People don't, man, I walk around in Walmart clothes. That's exactly what this motherfucker is. Just a Walmart t-shirt. My beanies I got off Amazon. I got 20 beanies for I think like $50.
I'm not even sure what that means. Am I wrong to think that most blacks we encounter today in our country are from our country and just have darker skin? I'm not going to jump and take your comment wrong. I have no fucking clue what you're asking me right now. So I'm just going to wait a minute and let the mods work that out because I don't know what you're saying. Okay?
If they got a job, they could buy their own car, 100%.
Illuminati. They have ruined this country. Everyone has had to dumb down to accommodate their small IQ. Now the ignorant Gen Zs act. Okay? If you know slang, act just as dumb as they are. She's specifically speaking about black people.
They ruined this country. Everybody had to dumb down to accommodate their small IQ. Now the ignorant Gen Zs act just as dumb as they do. Agreed. It's just one of those things, man. I don't understand it. But I'm just being honest with you. Everybody I know with money, what's up, Stephanie? How you doing, beautiful? Everybody I know with money doesn't flaunt it. Everybody I know with money they don't flaunt it at all. Now I got to feel bad because they Tyrone gangbangers. Yes.
Now I got to feel bad because
it's just reality, man. But every motherfucker in the projects or in the ghetto, they literally, everything about them is so you can look at them and think that they have more money than they have. Too busy making money, says DC. 100%, man. You don't see people with money wearing name brand designer shit because people with money know it's dumb. If I had money, if I had JB's money, I'd get rid of all mine. Stop it. Stop it. You're gonna make these motherfuckers not donate. JB's fine. Yeah, broke people, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, JB, I drink loads of different beer. I can't see what the beer you've been drinking is. I've been drinking coffee. I drink Yingling, brother. I'm a Yingling guy. Yingling and Jameson. Everyone I know that have money don't carry cash. That's another thing, too. This is all the cash I got. $2. $2, and I got it. I took out a 20 a while back so I could pay toll fees. Because Florida has toll roads. What is up with the timed out person? Somebody got timed out? I don't know. Oh, no, he's just a hater. The wealthy people drive older vehicles, too. You never know they have money. I mean, I won't kick a Louis Vuitton out of bed, but I ain't paying $100 for your Gucci t-shirt. I hate you been to the titty club, came back with $2. That was you, motherfucker. You always blaming shit on me, Upgrade. This motherfucker farted in the middle of the damn car going to pick up this bitch that came from New York to see me. And he swore to God it was me. He went to the damn strip club with like $1,800, came back with $2. Tricking off on these hoes. How the fuck do you spell that beer? Yingling? Why? Sammy, exactly. I'll spell it for you. And it's an American beer, but I don't know if it's on the West Coast or not. Or wherever you're at. But here on the East Coast, it comes from Pennsylvania. It's a good American beer. let me give a shout out real quick to Mr. Hitler. Said those dummies need to hit the tip jar to suck you up. I hear you there. He said, thank you, brother. Yeah, Yingling is that good shit, man. Thank you, Hitler. Appreciate you, brother. I'm on holiday, just open bottled wine. It tastes like shit, so okay. And I is where Yingling is, exactly. But it's all down the East Coast now.
Didn't mean to do that.
If you have to say you need to go swimming and get you a swig of the Knob Creek. Oh, the Knob Creek is the shit. Knob Creek is the shit. Knob Creek is really fucking good. And PA, we just call it lager. You order a lot. Definitely no Bud Light. Actually, this is an update to a previous story. Colorado dorm suspected double murder, and people have already added this, but since this came out after I made my last video, University of Colorado, I told you it was going to be drug related, is what I thought. Come to find out, these people were roommates, which makes it even worse.
Here we go.
All I'm going to say in regards to this is exactly why you cannot. Look, man. Multiculturalism does not work. I'm sorry. Sorry. Cats can't live with the dogs. It's real life. It's true. There's going to be conflict. I'm just going to say this. Any of you dumb motherfuckers that's dumb enough to have a Tyrone in your house, in your room, I'm sorry. Imagine that as your roommate. Exactly.
Any of you dumb enough to have a Tyrone in your house, in your room, multiculturalism doesn't work. So he's saying races together. It shouldn't be a thing.
That dude lives with you, and you thought it was going to turn out well? That dude lives with you, and you thought everything was going to turn out just fine? Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Let me give a shout out to Upgrade, who sent 5131. Thank you, brother. Upgrade sent him 5131. He's got me doing math. Oh, I see. There we go. Thank you, brother.
JP, it's okay.
Shout out to Upgrade. It's okay because he's oppressed.
He's oppressed.
No, and that's what's fucked up. If this would have happened in New York.
One of the things that she said on Burnt Toast, and I'll insert this here, is that things are taken out of context because things be happening in the chat and you could be talking about different things or whatever. No, she's responding directly.
DA Alvin Bragg in New York would have done let him out. He'd already be a free man. So I bet that guy runs a fast 40. Yeah, but he doesn't pay 40 on the rent. Thank you, Upgrade. Team even. That was sarcasm in case you couldn't tell. Oh yeah, of course. You know I don't think they're oppressed. That's why everybody in the true crime community hates my guts, because I'm not a fucking lip dog like they are. I don't have white guilt. I call things like I see it.
White guilt.
Was it drugs? Has the white? Well, you know what I think it is? I think it was jealousy, to be perfectly honest. Look, man, you know how people are. Look, man, let me just say this. Come on. So we got this dude here, not 24, musician doing his thing. Probably did some sort of drugs. You got this beautiful thing right here. And then you got this thing right here. I could see this motherfucker saying, fuck these white privileged motherfuckers. I could see it happening. Or maybe he was mad that she was not a mud shark.
A mud shark.
Maybe he was mad that she wasn't a mud shark, or mad that they're privileged and wanted to do something about it, wanted to take them out.
Soon you'll find out what a mud shark is.
That's the way it always works. That's the way it always works. What's up, Cam? How you doing, beautiful?
I ain't promoting his channel. That's why I ain't said his name in here.
Look, man, the chick that I'm around, she works around Sharkeisha's and lawn care specialists. And all the time they're at work talking about what they're going to do that night. And so...
Sharkeisha is a black woman. A lawn care specialist is a Mexican or Hispanic person.
Because we're on a 3-year vacation. And so every night is Disney World, Universal Studios, SeaWorld, shit like that. So, of course, if you ask me, hey, what are you doing tonight? I'm going to Epcot Center. I'm going to Animal Kingdom. I'm going to Magic Kingdom. I'm going to SeaWorld, whatever. All I'm doing is answering your question. But she said that because she's literally like the only white chick that works there. She's like every single one of them get mad, angry, call it privilege, say things like must be nice. You know what I'm saying? You know how women do that. Must be nice. And then they make that little noise and, I was going to say flip their hair, but if it's a case of a Sharkeisha, that's a horse's ass attached to their head. That's not real hair. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, bitch, you asked. You asked. So I could see, in a situation like this, mad, claiming that there's white privilege, and decide to take them out. They are taught to hate white people. And I'm tired of people not recognizing that. And Democrats will tell them that only white people can be racist. Bullshit. There are plenty of other people. Illuminati said in 1999, she said, because, thank you, beautiful. Thank you to you and your fiance. Appreciate you. But the reality of this is, appropriating hair, of course. The reality of this is, they will tell you that for some reason only white people can be racist. That's not true at all. They changed the definition of what racism is. Racism used to just meant someone that hated you because of your race. Now they've added some extra shit. They've said you got to have power. Power.
At KDT, no fucking roaches, Tyrones, or spicks and spans. Here's the definition of mudshark. It's a derogatory and racist slang historically used to insult white women who date or marry black men. It is deeply rooted in white supremacist ideology, and it is intended to dehumanize both the woman and the man, reducing the relationship to a racial slur. It's usually directed at white women who are in an interracial relationship, used by racists and hate groups to shame and degrade. The implication is that the woman has lowered herself or is tainted for being with a black man. Now you know what it means. They all know what it means.
Added to it. What's up, Rachel? How you doing? Hope you're doing well, beautiful. And so because they changed the meaning to fit an agenda, a lot of times situations like this get completely overlooked.
She's hung out in the hood and a lot of racism.
Thank you very much, Illuminati. Exactly. Exactly, Illuminati. And all I will say is this. Maybe you tell us more about your fire and indignation that will devour God. Tell us about your fiery indignation that will devour God. What's up, LS?
Don't dox me. That's not the case here. He's been on YouTube for like 10 years. He's disgusting, and that's the end of that. He's not being paid by Elon Musk or anybody else. He does what he does because this is who he is. The people in his chat are who they are. They accept it. End of.
All I will say is at the end of the day, anyone that's been around, they know the truth. That's why it always seems that people get more racist as they get older. No, you're not racist. You don't get racist as you get older. You become more open to reality. When you're young, when you're young, you believe in a potential, paradise of sorts. You believe everything can be fixed. Everything can be worked out. Later on, Demon Dog.
This is actually painful, physically.
Exactly, DC. I understand. That's why I went from the south side of Chicago to essentially the North Georgia mountains. But I will say this. Anyone that's ever lived with the culture knows that it's cultural.
The culture
it's very
of
simple.
black people.
One group of people puts crimes on a pedestal. One group of people does not. Now,
the culture is black people. That's who the culture is. So every time he says that for the 100th time that he said it already, it means black people. Okay. So somebody just said, and I think I read this, but I'm not 100% sure. This person up here says that they moved away. I was the minority growing up. Moved to the country. Haven't seen a black person since last May. Illuminati. If not wanting ignorance and monkey behavior around me or my kids makes me a racist, oh fucking well. What do you think she was talking about? Was she talking about kids acting up? Little kids who were acting up? Is that what that was? No, it's not human culture. The culture that he's talking about, if you've ever lived with the culture, been around the culture. So there's a slang term, do it for the culture. If you're older, you probably don't know that if you don't have teenage or 20-something-year-old kids. They don't know that. The culture is do it for the culture. Do it for your neighborhood. Do it for your area. It's that kind of thing. He's using it as they are the culture, meaning black people. So anyway.
Not wanting ignorance and monkey behavior around me or my kids make me racist, and oh fucking well, I'm right there with you.
At any point, was he talking about children? Were they talking about kids? Did anybody mention children at all in this entire thing? No. He was talking about the culture. The culture is black people. And if being around the culture, blah, 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 whatever the fuck. We'll go back a second. Okay? Before her comments made, because we know there's like a 10-second delay. I was the minority growing up, moved to the country, haven't seen a black person since last May. So the stream is not about JB Gunner. JB still has this stream up. He's not afraid or upset about who he is. I'm not afraid or upset about who he is. He is who he is. I don't want him to change. I'll never go to his chat. He'll never come to mine. One thing has nothing to do with the other, right? My issue is with our community and those who have seen this, who have read all of this, who know what was said and know that this was not a solo stream where one thing happened, and are calling out other people for lesser offenses or lesser, I don't know, back-to-back streams on absolute ridiculousness at this point. Some of it's serious, don't get me wrong. Some is serious, some of the things that are being addressed. But to gaslight everybody, turn this whole thing around, and make it seem like the only reason anybody ever mentioned this or is trying to mention this is to get back at Queen Bee or to upset Queen Bee, or to, I don't even understand why Queen Bee was brought up or brought into this. That's not fair to her. Nobody was talking about Queen Bee. I have no idea. Yeah. And Clue tried to call JB out, and he's like, what? He's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I've talked like this always. You were there. It was fine. Whatever, you know? I don't know. So I'm sure people aren't going to be happy with this. I'm sure that somebody's going to, you know, try to do whatever they're going to try to do to me. Don't think I didn't think about it. Of course I did. Of course I did. Do you think that I'm not watching what's happening to people's families right now in this community? Their kids are being talked about. Their houses are being put online. CPS has shown up. I'm not a moron. But I'm also not going to just sit here. I was one of the first people to see this and call it out back then because I was so shocked. And it felt good that our community felt the same way. Like, yeah, hell no, we don't do this kind of shit. That same community is now like, meh, it's fine. Shut up. Stop gaslighting us. Don't try to force me to think what you think. I'm not. What? Says DC3. Okay. Oh, great live, but I have to go to work so I can pay taxes so border crossers can stay in nice hotels and eat better than I do. Okay.
I understand. That's why I went from the south side of Chicago to essentially the North Georgia mountains. But I will say that.
So he left the south side of Chicago and went to the North Georgia mountains. Okay. That's after the person moved and hasn't seen black people.
Yes.
That's what they're talking about.
Anyone that's ever lived with the culture knows that it's cultural.
It's cultural.
It's very simple. One group of people puts crimes on a pedestal.
If not wanting ignorance and monkey behavior around me or my kids makes me racist, then oh fucking well.
One group of people does not. I'm not wanting ignorance and monkey behavior around me or my kids make me racist, and oh fucking well. I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. And I'll tell you what, don't ever let these motherfuckers in this audience make you change that.
Wait, no, he was in Florida before Georgia. I don't know who you're thinking about or you're talking about, but why are we putting anybody's location anywhere? And I certainly hope that's not happening in my chat. I don't even want his name on here. Please. Don't talk about him. Don't talk about anybody's location, anybody's kids, anybody's preferences, anybody's religion. That's exactly what we're trying to get away from. And I know it's accepted in other chats because I see it everywhere. It ain't accepted here. Not saying that that's exactly what you were doing. I don't know if that's what you were doing. I don't know who you keep saying is in. No, I was reading a comment about Georgia. Not saying he's in Georgia. I don't know who you're talking about. The person commenting said that, not him. I don't know where he is. I have no idea where he is, and I don't care.
And don't let these motherfuckers ever make you deny that or not say it. Because they will. They'll try to. They will try everything in the world to shut you down. Trust me, they've been doing it to me for over 18. Well,
yeah, see, I'm not even listening to. He was reading this, wasn't he? Wasn't he just reading that a second ago? Yes, he was. Right here. Somebody said they moved from south side of Chicago to Georgia. That's what they said. That's not what he said. But that's what they said. But I don't know where it is now. It's somewhere on here. He reads it off, though. He was reading a comment. I don't know her. I'm looking at these comments, and they are fucking sickening.
Oh, now on my 18th year. The reality of this is the absolute truth.
Well, at least
we were never meant to be a melting pot. Okay? The reality of this is when I was born in 19...
My Aryan sister. I can't do it. America is a melting pot. You don't own America. White people weren't the first people here. We don't own anything. We just think we do.
1980, 90% of this country look like me. Currently, in 2024, only 59% of this country looks like me, but yet people that look like me still pay 85% of the bill. 85% of taxes are paid for by Caucasians, despite us now being only 59% of the country. We can go on and on about this. That's called being a realist. What's up, Rachel? It's called being a realist.
Like hell, laughing my fucking ass off. People on YouTube hate me. I'm literally the bitch who won't bow down. I have money. YouTube ain't my bread and butter.
Well, the bitch who don't bow down. Never bow down. Never bow down. Well, here's what's funny. They can continuously try to take me down. And they do take me down. And I still make a living off YouTube and have for almost 2 decades. I've been here since the beginning. Since the very fucking beginning. It's the reality. 2006. So, but anyways, we're going to keep things moving. We're going to keep things moving. Remember, a lot of you guys didn't see this story because I did it on JB Gunner TV or the live stream channel.
Here we go.
This Sharkeisha baked her fucking newborn, tried to convince you that she thought the oven, this goofy motherfucker right here, she put her baby, this fat fuck, thought the baby was a biscuit or something like that, put the baby in the oven, gets arrested for it, says that she mistook the oven for a crib. That's 70 IQ.
What a chimpanzee. That 70 IQ at work.
Work, exactly. Now, we did this story the other day, and everybody was like, oh, fuck.
I saw this story, lying ass bitch.
Check this shit out. Check this. What's up, Brian? Missouri mom accused of baking her newborn baby to death in the oven could be freed after the judge halves her bail to $100,000. Says she only needs to post 10%, of course.
She was hungry and cooking.
So her bond was originally $200,000. I don't even understand why this bitch got a bail. There are literally domestic cases I've had where my bond was $500,000. And that's just me and a significant other fighting. With the significant other saying, hey, no, I mean, he didn't do what y'all thought he did. And they're like, nope, his bail's $500,000. This bitch cooks her fucking baby. Has a $200,000 bond. Cool, then take down your money option. Why should she take down her money option? Why should she take down her money option? Just because, whoa. No, hell no, I didn't post a $500,000 bond. I was in there for 6 months. Why do commenters say that? Just because she has a primary income source doesn't mean, just because YouTube is not her primary income, doesn't mean she should entertain you motherfuckers for free. JB, we gotta call that guy. Oh yeah, you talking about the bond? Yeah, we do. We do. They gave me a $500,000 bond on Grand Theft Auto. Put this bitch, yeah, this bitch can cook a kid. Yeah, I've never understood why commenters say that. Just because she said YouTube isn't her primary source. She said she does not need it. Respond to her comments. Well, it's because it's not her income. She has a job or something. She doesn't have to need it. Doing content takes work. It takes work. I think all content creators, I think YouTube should charge you. Charge you motherfuckers $20, $30 a month. She will. Give me a second. She will. Let me give a shout out to Just a Mom who sent $5 so much. Thank you. Thank you very much, Lisa, and thank you. Because I know I don't see it up there. Yeah, I saw clues earlier. I happened to be looking at it on the phone. I hear you there. But yeah, no, I've never understood that. Like Elon Musk should just give. Well, he doesn't need you to buy Starlinks. So what Starlink, whatever.
Okay.
Oh, what?
If I have to pay for YouTube, I better be able to say N words and talk about the Jews all day. Grandpa Buckshot, LOL.
What the hell did I do? Oh, yeah. Was that number right? Yeah, 199. But anyway, yeah, no. That's just my opinion on that shit. You know what I've learned? I've learned that a lot of people... Here's what I've learned. I sent you the PayPal. I'm not get a clue. So I hear they're just supporting people. I like, thank you, LS. Thank you, LS. I appreciate you. Look, my take on this is simple. And I'm not going to talk about this for too long. I just want to say this. What I've noticed is that if you want something given to you, then you don't need it bad enough where your ass would be working for it. Absolutely. Here's what I've learned on this platform. The people that do give and do pay their way through all this, they never complain because people get tips and ad revenue and all this. The people that complain are the people that think we should entertain them for free. Someone else is tipping and shit like this, and so they're like, what they want to do is they want to make as a YouTuber will tell you, a very small percent of the audience actually pays for the compliment, the norm. Don't understand. It's like the people, they don't understand that perform. Thank you, Ginger. I will never.
It's only talking about money.
So they're going to free this broad. I mean, that's if she can come up with the 10 grand. I don't know if she can or not. But it's crazy. She cooks the goddamn baby. I thought $200,000 bond was weak. And then they dropped it, cut it in half to $100,000. So $10,000, like border runners getting paid without tax, 100%. Found my stolen car and my ex stole car. Called to pay the tow man $600 to crush it. That's funny. Of course you'll get a free lawyer. They feel bad because they aren't paying, projecting their guilt. Yeah. Which, look, man, they don't have to. But what they try to do was a preheated, exactly. You preheat the heat the crib and shit? Exactly.
Was it preheated?
So you accidentally put the baby in the thing, thought it was a crib, and then also accidentally turned the motherfucker on. You get the point. But I agree with you that those are just people that are projecting.
Not was the oven on. Was it preheated to 300?
Because they don't want paying for products that you use to become a norm. It's that simple. Another story, and I'm not sure whether this is a crime yet or not. I'm still on the fence on this. Hillary asked if she thought it was one of the uncle's ovens from the old country. That's funny. She will claim mental illness and they'll let her out. They will let her out.
And pull the black card.
That's exactly what she'll do. It'll be mental illness from oppression. I think they've already claimed mental illness with her.
Of course she's mentally ill if she put her child in an oven.
They'll say postpartum or some shit like that.
Oh, God, help me.
Did your old lady run off with your Cash App account again? No, she didn't run off with it. She just got it. I can't put it on my phone.
She's already done that health.
Trust me, it's the way this shit
bill
works.
Reduction.
They always try to take me down and I always circumvent the issue. G Squad 1776, bro. It'll say grocery list on there. She's already done that, hence the bail reduction, 100%. It's G Squad 1776. I paid you Cash App. All right, well, shit. No, it's all good. But she's working right now, so she's being lazy with fucking. Yep. Appreciate you guys. I'm retarded about it. There you go. I wish I was thinking about the mental health angle when I was young and acting crazy. Well, here's the thing, though. We didn't get away with that same shit back then. Look, man. When I started knowing, exactly, you're open 11, exactly. Look, and this is no knock at all you broads. Bipolar. I said, what the fuck? She could just be like, this is a crazy bitch, like the rest of them. They started doing that. Drugs. Just something else for Big Pharma. Exactly, DC. It's called character. Cool Night says, women are batshit crazy. Fight me, it's the truth. I trust a man any day before I put my stock in useless gas. Am I moody? Yeah.
Useless gas.
That's because I drink, though. I don't like human beings, and I drink. So yeah, my moods vary throughout the day. I mean, good grouchy is. Thank you, brother. I don't drink, and I don't like most. Yeah, I don't like most. I even know if I'm likable. The liquor, I barely even know her. There you go. Why do I don't care. Nobody cares, man. Nobody cares. I don't know what you're even talking about. Why would I care? You're saying some YouTuber, I assume. Who cares? Bro, what makes you think I have time to watch other YouTubers? So you are like, well, there you go.
I was surprised that Clue says at JB, fiance says he likes you.
Have you been on the street lately? People are trying to go live. Thank you, Stephanie. I'm likable for moments at a time.
Bipolar just.
But then we gotta remember, in real life, I'm very arrogant. I am arrogant.
Useless people to get a car.
Do you see what I'm saying? What the hell did you get rid of him for? What'd he do?
He's likable.
Oh well, get him out. That's fine.
Where?
Check from the government. I trust him. He's been showing you for 2 hours. Seem happier lately? That's probably us. Yeah, I haven't paid attention to him. I'm not watching them. You know what I mean? And look, man, I probably drink less because I got shit to do. Sunshine does amazing shit. Yeah. Sometimes you just need a change of location. We give disability for people with fake mental issues before our veterans and expect our country to not fall. Yeah, we're intelligent, 100%. Oh, you love the Elsa video? That's cool. It's up to you. But I like it because my older sister's blonde, I'm the youngest, the ginger. There you go. You're definitely likable. I can't stand the JLRs on YouTube. Yeah. Pay people for their performance. Exactly. Illuminati. That's what JB has us for, to take the trash out. Probably. Listen, at some point I'm going to say something that turns at least you off. It's just common sense. What I've learned about the YouTube audience is they always up Napdos. What I've learned about the YouTube audience is that they always it's like they expect to agree with you 100% of the time. No. They will love you to death. They will love you to death. You say one thing that they disagree with, they act like they've hated you forever.
Sir.
So the YouTube audience is a little fickle. So I will say this. I'll just throw that out there. 100%. 100%. So moving on to the next story. We're going to talk about this for a minute. Well, it's because it is. Most people are one or the other. Because, look, most people... thank you, Tam. Most people that are sheltered, and they typically don't know shit. And some people...
Nah, we can disagree on something. I'm not a pussy. I'll still be around when we agree again. That's where I'm like, I won't never fucking be back around. If you're a flat out racist, I'll never be back around. And I don't understand the people who are. People can say all day, every day, twice a day, oh, but people change and they mature and they grow. When? When they're called out on it? or because they actually did some soul searching. I don't believe for 1 second. This was a year ago.
All right. Thank you for joining us, everyone.
Sorry.
Whoops. Being dead honest.
Strangely, Julie Valenti, the canine captain, the search rescue lady, dog lady, handler, whatever, was also in this chat 3 days before Sebastian went missing. So I don't know how all these people found each other. I have no idea, but it's just so weird that she's also in here. Like, how the hell? What? Anyway.
Let's see here. Police were in contact with several people she had been speaking with on Bumble. The pair made several attempts to reconcile, but Anna was ready to move on. Spanish dick.
Spanish dick.
Yeah, nah, man. I ain't doing it. I'm not saying she deserved to die, but I'm saying I do understand why she did. My husband put an ad in the newspaper, got me a divorce by abandonment, even though he knew
she deserved to die. But I understand why she did. And look who else is in here. Julie Valenti. Hey, how are you doing? Weird. Not weird. It is. You heard about the woman who murdered the cyclist and then fled to Costa Rica? She got plastic surgery to change her appearance and everything. She finally got caught. Clue. I don't like Spanish dick. It's hard to see at night. So the story he was just talking about is the lady who was on Bumble. She met somebody. He was Spanish. He says, oh, Spanish dick. Oh, I'm not saying she deserved to get killed, but I see why she did. Then she makes the comment, I don't like Spanish dick. Hard to see at night.
where I was. I did that to my first wife. I don't like Spanish dick. Hard to see at night. You heard about the woman who murdered the cyclist and then fled to Costa Rica? She got played. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Julia thinks that's funny.
It's crazy. Boy says it's crazy. It's crazy how blindly dudes jump into marriages knowing this shit. I've had 2 failed marriages, but both didn't involve kids and went smooth. A couple of my friends on 100%. Gut feeling said even though he knew who I was, he got everything, but I didn't care. I just went out. Well, and that's the thing is I think in a relationship.
Just so you know, it shows up here and here as 2 different names. Canine Captain Jules, Julie Valente, both Julia. Soulless Ginger, LOL Illuminati, you don't like spick and span?
Relationship, that should be what most people's position is. You just want out. But I also feel like if we're 2 adults, we should be able to talk it out. Like, once again, it goes back to what I was saying before. We know who shit is whose. We know who shit is whose. Yeah, I don't know why husbands buy boob jobs either. He said, you didn't like these titties when we started fucking? I hear you there. But I also think it's a bad investment for men. Every dude I've ever known has bought a boob job for a chick, that chick. Just like if I date a fat chick, I don't want you. Got not my titties specifically, mine are perfectly perfection. Actually, there you go. Look.
Yeah, okay, sure.
It's crazy because it's usually hard to lose weight. Because once she loses weight, and she on a bunch of 19-year-old private, yeah. I found I want to see the video of the trampoline. But anyways, so look, man, I believe that, you know, I'm not gonna rant and rave too much on these laws. I don't believe in the he worked for. I don't like that's something I will kill somebody over. I'm personally trying to survive here. Like which side? I don't support the children. I think all men should support their children, but not at gunpoint. Not at gunpoint. We men should support me. Exactly. Child support is I hate child support. And by the way, I think all men should support their children. I think all men should support their children, but not at gunpoint. Not at gunpoint. We live in a country where there's not supposed to be a debtor's prison. But if you don't pay your taxes, you go to jail. You don't pay the woman, you go to jail. People have been disappearing their spouses for millennia. Exactly. Julia says no one should be able to mess with anyone else's money, period. Go out and work and stop trying to steal people's money in divorce, 100%. Cam C. Guinness says, it's always the other side of the coin where the wife me pays for it all. Is that material objects? Yeah. That's what we did if I needed something. I reached out to him, didn't need a court to get involved. Exactly. My thing with so any woman that goes through that, you're the exception to the rule. Stream. I'm gonna go get something to drink, and then and my answers, yeah, I thought about it. They ain't worth. No, and that's the thing. It's not worth jail. And I think, listen, I think And I think that's also how I've grown, because instead of getting married and risking that, I just would rather not get married. I don't even call myself in a relationship. I tell the chick when I want. Does that make sense? Because why don't we see how we act without the commitment to see if we want to commit? And I'm not fucking anybody else, but I will if I want. So to me, I'm just to that point. Won't set a date in my heart, but I'm already married 100%. And I got too much. I'm married to my pimp. But I also feel like if I ever like fell in love again, maybe that would change. But I don't know. I think as you, and I've never been constantly seeing the evils and shit like that exist. And so I'm I agree, Soulless Ginger. Jimmy, you get married again. You get married again. You just gotta meet the unicorn. That's it. Because there's things that most. So when you are with someone that fulfills you, you don't desire anyone else. I believe that. I'm a hard person to deal with, though. You have to understand that I have a certain lifestyle that not other people have. There's a certain lifestyle. I guess we'll just call it just be clear in what it is. Say I'm advanced kink. You and I would get along great. There you go. I hear you there. I am very upfront with that. But Shanice, let me tell you something. Go channel. It's on the live stream channel. The one that we'll be doing there. Shanice, if you that leadership role, it's the contract. That's when you know he ain't new to the game. No, yeah, we're signing shit. I have camera and on paper. Does that make sense? Because shit's about to get intense. I'm dedicated to it. The sexual 50 Shades was on TV. I'll just leave it at that.
Okay, so mostly that's the end of this part. I don't think there's anything else there, really. Then there was these parts. This was all weird. I don't know what all this is. I just grabbed a couple parts of it and was like, I don't even know what the hell's going on here, but...
Right. And it's not just South America, you're right. It's from countries all over the world. Whatever their nationality may be is what's coming across the board.
South America, wherever they're coming from, they're coming in here and committing crimes. We have enough of our own shit to deal with, and they're not dealing enough.
Right. But I mean, people, they act like there's some humanity to doing what they're doing for these people, yet they ignore 360,000 children go missing from that border every year. They ignore the fact that sexual trafficking is the largest grossing business on earth. They ignore those facts. It's like they don't even come into their consideration of should that border be open, should anybody and their brother be allowed to cross unfettered. That they think that that's normal, that's good, that's great. But the consequences of that are beyond severe. They're horrific. And yet, if you bring that up, then you're an evil person for bringing it up because they're doing it, you know? Unbelievable. The opposition to common sense is stunning. It's literally stunning. And the people that make the opposition to common sense think they're the smarter of the group. That's the others. They think they're superior. And then they want to complain about a Nazi. Really?
Bobby J said, I've been through a lot in my life, not by anyone other than a U.S. citizen. And that's, you know, hey, that's why this is important, right? Because in very short order, I mean, hell, look around us. Look at this case we're talking about tonight. This was a U.S. citizen that lost their life at the hands of a non-U.S. citizen. That's why it's important. That's why.
Imagine you got to pay people to come here. What are we, a third world nation looking to grow our population? You got to pay people to come here? Are you kidding me? Ever since we were called America, people have been borrowing and stealing to get their ass in here, right? And there's a legal system that lets 1 million people in a year. Make that better and let in 2 or 3 million people a year, but vet them.
When I say that people don't even realize that it's happening, because I saw Cindy was saying, please don't say that. I pray we don't ever get that awful. This type of stuff is not publicized, and it's crazy. But the I'm trying to read.
It does. It angers you, doesn't it? I mean, as an American, doesn't it just anger you?
Oh, yeah. This, especially like this case, like... They've already, PFOX, that's funny that you say that when they try to normalize pedophiles.
This is the part that I'm clipping right here. PFOX says, wait until they try to normalize pedophilia.
That is not something that is not actually happening right now. People just don't pay attention to it. The whole LGB, they're called MAPs. Okay. So this is how, when I say that people don't even realize that it's happening, because I saw Cindy was saying, please don't say that. I pray we don't ever get that awful. This type of stuff is not publicized, and it's crazy. But the LGB, whatever alphabet community is actually, they have given a nickname to those people, and they're called MAPs, M-A-P, minor attracted person. They are trying to make that a normality. Trust me.
Right. The sexualization of our children is off the hook with Instagram and all these other.
That is not true. It's just not true.
Outlets where you can
Okay. Is there a thing called MAPS? Yes. Yes. LGBTQ plus groups. Our community does not support pedophilia. These posts, let me show you what I'm looking at here. These posts are not representative of the LGBTQ community, several groups said. So, the Chief Communications Officer, GLAD, wrote in an email to USA Today, LGBTP is not an acronym used or supported by our community. No LGBTQ organization has condoned pedophilia or advocated for a P to be added in support of pedophiles. It pains me to clarify that no, the LGBT community does not embrace this. LGBTP is not an acronym used or supported by our community. Nick Morrow, the interim communications director for Human Rights Campaign, also wrote in an email statement that the movement rejects all non-consensual behavior, including pedophilia. We absolutely reject any suggestion that our community is linked in any way to interpersonal behaviors, including the horrific actions of pedophiles. They put out a statement disavowing the image that was used on its logo saying love is blind. So that's an old link. It won't show up, but this all happened around 2020. Okay. MAPS is a real word. It's a real thing that people are discussing. So this happened, and it says, I mean, there's a ton of information out here too on it. So there was a Progress Pride flag for transgender and people of color to the rainbow. So there was a fact check done by Reuters. The Progress Pride flag does not include representation for people attracted to minors, contrary to harmful misinformation posts on social media. The design added white, pink, light blue, brown, and black to our traditional rainbow flag. It was expanded to represent the transgender community and people of color. A video with over 1,000 likes on Instagram incorrectly says the white, pink, and light blue of the Progress Pride flag represented the attraction to minor persons or pedophiles. Other posts falsely linked the trans flag to MAPS. Let's see if we can pull it up. If it's even here anymore. No, it looks like they got almost everything taken down, which is good. See post anyway. Okay. Here we go. Oh, sorry. When you have to notify your neighbors that you're on the sex offender list. And see the white, yellow, pink, and blue flag? That's a pride flag for MAPS, minor attracted people, which is a lie. All of it's a lie. Thank you so much, Spivey. So there's that. It's just not connected. It is not connected. It is not connected. It's never been connected. Ever. Not ever. It's just crazy talk. It just doesn't exist.
Go and actually display parts of your body or do these different things to get paid by guys to come watch. Just think of sexualization of your children. From the time they're young enough to not even know 1 + 1, they're being told that they can pick whatever gender they want. They're being told before they're even at puberty about anal sex, gay sex, lesbian sex, straight sex, this act of bondage, that. You're bringing drag queens into the classroom. I'm telling you, the white class of the world is being turned into sexual toys. That's what's happening. Little by little.
I'm telling you, the white class of the world is being turned into sexual toys. That's what happened little by little. And that will be the enslavement of how the white Western world is treated by the rest of the world. You're going to become their sex slaves.
Okay, and that will be the enslavement of how the white Western world is treated by the rest of the world. You're going to become their sex slaves.
100. You know what? It's so funny because Sarge, you don't know how many times I have told fiance there are certain people I believe in America who will not be satisfied until the tables have flipped and the minorities are no longer not so much the minority, but not the haves and the have-not until it's flipped. If that makes any sense.
Well, what's going to happen is we're all going to end up as the have-nots the way things are going.
Oh, well, it's all in your head, Sarge. It's all in your head.
Oh, what do you mean? Yeah, it is. I'm a conspiracy theorist. And the things that come out of my mouth are fake, phony, and they're just made for publicity because I get clicks and make money on YouTube, right?
Teresa, I'm with you on that. At the end of days, like something got to happen. Like something has got to happen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I keep pointing out we need to stand up and start offering solutions.
Why should we have to move anywhere, Afterglow? Why should we have to move to Germany?
Yeah, Germany's no place to live.
This is where we're born. This is our home country. We were here first.
Well, and it's
I ain't moving no fucking where.
So there's that. Okay. I don't know. I know this was difficult for people to sit and listen to. But after listening to what was said last night, I really wanted to provide context because I don't really think the context was given. Or maybe it was, and people are choosing to ignore it. I don't know. Give me 1 second here.
That's what makes you racist. Saying that you don't want to raise your kids around those monkeys, knowing damn good and well y'all were talking about black folks. It didn't have shit to do with kids. We showed the context. That makes you a racist. Saying that you don't like Spanish D because it's too dark and you can't see it. That makes you racist.
But no. Skirt. Cut it off. We're stopping you right there. Skirt. Hold up. Being in JB Gunner's chat doesn't make you a racist. The shit you were saying in JB Gunner's chat shows you're a racist.
But yet you're out here spouting that all these people sit with a racist, support a racist, etc.
They do.
What's dumber?
For
BJ?
the common good. They've said it. The only reason they're okay with you is for the cause. The common good.
When the fuck did I say that, bitch?
That's false.
Never come out of my fucking mouth.
That's false. That didn't come out of my mouth either. That's false.
She's probably twisting something I said. But again, she's completely missing the point of what we have talked about over and over again. Chico and I have had this conversation repeatedly.
How are we supposed to grow as creators without having these honest conversations with other creators?
I've always been open to an honest conversation. I've had them in Nonsense's chat myself when all of this was talked about in the beginning. I don't know where we ended up, though, now. I don't know where we've ended up. And again, I don't know if these things were talked about behind the scenes. Perhaps they were. I have no idea. Again, perhaps the hard conversations were behind the scenes. And people have decided to just move on from it because you believe that what she said was taken out of context, or she's grown from it since February of 2024. Or she's never going to say anything like that again because now she's in a different community and maybe she doesn't have to pander to the racist people. I have no idea. I don't know where any of this is coming from. It says right here.
I don't know what she said. Did I hear about it? Yeah, but at the end of the day, I think she realized that did hurt a lot of people. And it was taken in bad taste. But I'm supposed to hold that over her head forever? Or am I supposed to sit down and have a conversation with her so we can get an understanding from one another and where we stand?
Yeah, and see that the issue for me as well is that the people that keep running their mouth about this do not have clean hands. And I don't believe that they're interested in having conversations about this, like actual real conversations. This is just a got you against somebody they had a falling out with. This is more dirt that they can bring up over and over and over again because they don't want there to be an understanding. They don't.
I've never had a falling out with anybody myself. I've had no falling out. This is not a gotcha moment for me at all. I felt this way when I first heard it back in July. I feel this way today. I'm not fighting with anybody. I'm not arguing with anybody. I don't want to throw more dirt. This is just what was said. Chico just said, I don't know exactly what she said, but am I supposed to hold that over her head forever? No, you're not supposed to hold it on her head forever. But how can you be mad at people who do know what she said and have been disgusted with what we've seen if you don't know what she said? I mean, isn't that fair to go and listen to it all so that you know why we're upset or you know why people are like, what the hell happened to this community? I haven't made posts. I haven't tagged anybody. I haven't gone and slick talked in a chat. I just walked away. I was like, wow, where are we in this community? Where are we? And I don't know. So, and I think if they really did care about the topic and they wanted to take it seriously, they would go to Clue about it, or they would open up their panel like this and have a conversation about it. I don't feel like there was a conversation had specifically about Clue here. I don't. I don't know. I'm not interested. I'm not here to change Clue. It's not about her. Her values are hers. I'm not here to police her or anybody else. I'm not. I don't even consider myself part of this community at this point. I don't. Whatever my little chat is here is my little community, I guess. I don't know. You know, I've never made a demand on a person. I've never called them out. I simply stepped back and watched what was going on. And I don't understand it. We all built this community together. There was consistency in what was cool, what was not. And sometimes people made changes and apologized, and it was all good. And we were able to move on from there. I'm going to end this by playing her response to how people felt about this. It is on here. I apologize.
Unless enlightening me as to things that are being said, things that are being shown, things that are being tossed around, whatever. Outrage, right? And for the smartasses in the comment on the video last night, I just would like to reiterate, it's really sad how many of you don't know what it is like to have a good man. My man does not speak for me. My man speaks because of me, if that makes any sense. And the stress, I guess you can call it stress, of everything that's been going on, it doesn't necessarily get to me, but it really gets to fiance. Like, I could give zero fucks about what any of you fucking people want to spend your miserable, lonely lives trying to dig up on me. I don't fucking care. Am I a decent person? Absolutely. Am I the type of person who will feel bad if something that I have said has hurt someone? Of course I am.
However, I have to sit back and find it absolutely fucking one, hilarious, two, pathetic that you guys are showing things that you're not giving context to. Matter of fact, the funniest one I've heard was today, and I don't know why I do this, but I speak in a way where I try to make other people think and use their own intelligence to come to some sort of conclusion or reasoning with it. It never fucking works. It just doesn't work. I can't help y'all. But honestly, I'm over the bullshit. I'm not one of these.
She never says what was taken out of context or what she saw on that day that she's talking about, but now it has been put back into context. And listen, I only pulled up the ones that I've personally seen. From my understanding, there's a lot more. I didn't even bother go digging because at the end of the day, again, I don't want to change you. You be you. The people who accept you do that. It's all good. It's all good.
These people out here on this YouTube street that is out here in need of money. I don't want fame. I don't want fortune. I don't need fucking money. I really do not. There is a limit on the amount of drama that one should allow to enter into their lives. Let me tell y'all what I did today. I went outside in the goddamn yard and I did fucking yard work for the first time, I swear to God, in probably a fucking year, because my entire fucking life has been dedicated to YouTube. If I'm not on my channel, I'm on someone else's panel. I'm constantly on the fucking internet. And today was just another solid reminder that I needed that this world out here is not real world. This is not real world. And I'll admit, part of it is my fault.
Racism absolutely is real world. The fact that Black people get ignored when a crime happens to them or when a little Black girl goes missing, it barely hits the news. This is real world. The fact that my nephews are Black and have to learn to behave a different way in this world because of people like you is real. It's not pretend. You know, the fact that they are looked at as, you know, thugs or dangerous or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Whatever the fuck you want to call it. No, this is real life. And for people to have those thoughts still today in 2024, 2025 is so fucking disturbing. So disturbing. And I don't know how you don't get that. I don't know why you don't understand that that is offensive to a lot of people. It's not drama. People didn't want to call you out for drama back then. They were shocked.
Because fiance and I, we don't have a very social life, right? We sit at home, we do what the fuck we do. We are each other's best friends, right? So we don't have friends, like maybe 3 around here outside of the house. It's probably a little my fault for looking at the people who watch me as sort of like they gave a damn. Because it has become very apparent over the last few days that they don't. Most, sorry. Dago's fat ass. And I am going to address this. You can go fuck yourself 9 ways to Sunday. Literally had a conversation with you. I wasn't the only one talking with you. You are the most money-grubbing, money-hungry son of a bitch I have ever met. This is the 3rd time that I've had a fucking loyalty problem with you. And my idiot ass, for some reason, has always felt bad for your fat, sloppy ass and given you a pass. I heard what the fuck you said today. You're a fucking liar. You are a goddamn liar. I can't tell you how many times I've heard you say that you wish you could do your show different. You wish you could do your show like I do, but you can't because the old bitches that watch you won't send you money anymore. And you can't call me a goddamn liar. You know I'm right. Multiple people heard it over and over again. Fuck you, you fat bastard. Now, that's the only one I'm going to go in on. Motherfucking sales. Sail around the globe, bitch. Don't care. Buzz your bees around the beehive. Because let me tell you something.
Buzz your bees around the beehive. Who brought up Queen? She did. Not us. I didn't bring up Queen. None of that was brought up. And I just saw a comment in the chat that people won't go against her because they're afraid of Queen. This has nothing to do with Queen. I don't know. I think that's like not by you, but in general, that's a deflection. It's a deflection. And it's wrong. A PSA on something important. It's a caution for the summer. What do you mean it's a caution for the summer?
One thing that not one of you motherfuckers did is reach the fuck out to me. Instead of reading some comments, you didn't come to me and ask for no motherfucking context. I bet your bitch asses didn't even go back and look at what the fuck we were talking about. Did you? No. Because at the end of the day, this whole true crime genre, y'all ain't about truth. Y'all ain't about realness. You ain't about honesty, and you're not about fucking loyalty. And
No, you wrong. I 100% looked at it. 100% made sure that I listened to every word so that I understood. That's why I called it out. Because I did understand it. And the truth is extremely important.
I don't fuck with people like that. I don't. It's a really sad situation because for the last 3 days, on God, I've had people blowing my inbox up with clips of Granny's watching, being racist. Fucking jonesing, being racist. But you got all this nerve to come the fuck at me? Okay. I know why you're coming at me. It ain't because you got fuck all of a problem with anything I had to fucking say. You come at me because I'm your goddamn competition. I have the one thing that you lack on this platform, and it's called personality. Oh well. Sorry. Pray more. At the end of the day, I'm a fucking asshole. Guess what I've said since I came out on this platform? I am a fucking asshole. I'm a cunt. I'm a bitch, and I don't fucking care what you think about me. I don't fucking care. Bro, if people were not sitting here telling me that so-and-so said this, so-and-so said that, okay, and cool. Do they want an award? They want a cookie? And it's, I don't know. I just, it is absolute fucking madness. It is absolutely fucking maddening. What fiance said in that video yesterday, him and I have sat, and God knows we have talked this to fucking death. The other day I wake up and I open my phone and I see that there has been a live, Truth had a live, and I go to see it and it's gone. The entire channel is gone. Someone who has literally done nothing, and you fat bastard Dago, why didn't you tell the truth about what the fuck happened there? That he was being the person that you couldn't be because he got off because he wasn't about to drag me like everybody fucking else. But you can't say that, can you? Nah, because you become what you are. The two-faced son of a bitch that nobody needs to be watching. No one. I ain't never said that about no channel. Go watch who the fuck you want to watch. Go do what you want to do. But y'all fall for that fat bastard shit, and you really are a fucking idiot. On God. I don't say shit to offend people. It is my fault. I will take all the blame that I believe adults are mature enough to look at the person that set them in the situation they were fucking in. This motherfucker puts out my personal information, which is wrong on every level. I called him a faggot. Get over it. Get the fuck over it. I have every right in a conversation with him to call him anything I want to. But no, y'all got to get a bunch of middle-aged, white-ass fucking women, got to get all in their feelings. They got to go out here and play moral police. Who the fuck asked you? Who asked you to do that? No one. But you're lacking content, aren't you? No, we can't sit around and talk about the shit that fucking matters. Can we? Nope, we can't do that because that don't bring fucking numbers.
Does Brittany matter? Isn't that what you talk about every day? Brittany's car windows or her kids or, I don't know, her husband. I don't see how that's helping anybody. I don't see how that's helpful at all. I don't.
Does it? I am over it. Like, I really am. I'm taking the rest of this week, maybe next week, hell, maybe the next fucking month off. But like I said, I'm not like y'all out here starving for them clicks and views so I can feed myself or my babies. I'm not the one. I don't know how much time I will be taking off or if I will ever even be back. I really don't. I wasn't even going to come out and address this shit today, but the level of backstabbing fucking savage. Granny, or not Granny, that the Bumblebee bitch emails me or messaged me the other day. Savage got some kind of problem with me? No, not that I know of. I got Savage in my other ear telling me you need to watch Queen B. Don't get caught up in her and Jones's bullshit. Ain't none of you motherfuckers got one face. Not one of you. Ain't none of y'all got one face. For real, for real. And I'm done. Like, I'm done. If I come back to this platform at all, it will be the way it was when I started, on my own. I'm not doing no fucking panel. I'm not talking to nobody else in no other channel. I don't need you to succeed on this platform. Trust and believe. I've already proven it. The fact that there are so many Sergeant Friday, every night, 8 o'clock, like clockwork. He has a podcast, and he says it all the time. The creators are not the problem. It's the 5.62 idiots that follow them. He's not lying. He's not telling the story. I'm not going to come on here and try to defend myself. Everybody has seen what I have either written. I think some things are being manufactured and bullshit, but it is what it is. This is how much fucks I give to go back and look at it and compare it to whether it's something I said or not. Zero fucks. I don't care. I ain't the only person on this platform who has ever said something sideways out of their mouth, and I'm not going to be the fucking last. I'm not going to. Once I go, it's going to be outrage over somebody else. Hellfire, if you ask me. It'll probably be some outrage tomorrow over some shit I saw go down today. I'm not going to name it just so I can watch it happen. But at the end of the day, it is my channel. I felt the need to come out and say how I feel. If you're looking for an apology, stop. It ain't happening. I said what I said. A fucking coward would sit here and apologize for it. I'm not going to do that. It was my actions. It was my words. I said it. Whatever. If you care enough to go get the context from it, you care enough. If you don't, look at me as a fucking racist, bigot, homophobic person. I don't care, bro. I'm not out here to impress you. If other people on this platform could be this way, wouldn't none of this shit go on. And wouldn't none of y'all have drama to watch. Time I will be taking off or if I will ever even be back. I really don't. I wasn't even going to come out and address this shit today, but the level of backstabbing fucking savage. Granny, or not Granny, that the Bumblebee bitch emails me or messaged me the other day. Savage got some kind of problem with me? No, not that I know of. I got Savage in my other ear telling me, you need to watch Queen Bee. Don't get caught up in her and Jones's bullshit. Ain't none of you motherfuckers got one face. Not one of you. Ain't none of y'all got one face. For real, for real. And I'm done. Like, I'm done. If I come back to this platform at all, it will be the way it was when I started, on my own. I'm not doing no fucking panel. I'm not talking to nobody else in no other channel. I don't need you to succeed on this platform. Trust and believe. I've already proven it. The fact that there are so many Sergeant Friday, every night, 8 o'clock, like clockwork. He has a podcast. And he says it all the time. The creators are not the problem. It's the 5.62 idiots that follow them. He's not lying. He's not telling the story. I'm not going to come on here and try to defend myself. Everybody has seen what I have either written. I think some things are being manufactured and bullshit, but it is what it is. This is how much fucks I give to go back and look at it and compare it to whether it's something I said or not. Zero fucks. I don't care. I ain't the only person on this platform who has ever said something sideways out of their mouth, and I'm not going to be the fucking last. I'm not going to. Once I go, it's going to be outrage over somebody else. Hellfire, if you ask me. It'll probably be some outrage tomorrow over some shit I saw go down today. I'm not going to name it just so I can watch it happen. But at the end of the day, it is my channel. I felt the need to come out and say how I feel. If you're looking for an apology, stop. It ain't happening. I said what I said. A fucking coward would sit here and apologize for it. I'm not going to do that. It was my actions. It was my words. I said it. Whatever. If you care enough to go get the context from it, you care enough. If you don't, look at me as a fucking racist, bigot, homophobic person. I don't care, bro. I'm not out here to impress you. If other people on this platform could be this way, wouldn't none of this shit go on. And wouldn't none of y'all have drama to watch. Amen. Like, it is what it is. Yeah. Oh, there's a perfect example in the chat. Fat. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my.
So there you go. She said she stands on it. She doesn't care. She said what she said. She said what the fuck she said. Okay. You understand that she said what the fuck she said? If you don't understand that she said what she said, you need to understand it because she said what she said. All right? Good. And she's not apologizing and she's standing on it. And if you don't like it, life's tough in the city. Let me see if it went to my spam. No. Inbox. No. I don't have anything in my inbox for Chasing Truth 2. Let me see here. No, there's nothing in here. Wall Pilates. News break. Well, that's it. So, I don't know. Just be careful what activities your kids do with the Crocs on. So, does anybody have any questions? Does anybody need me to explain anything? Anybody in the bushes that's listening and is like, why did, she say this? Is she talking about me? Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Anybody. Before I end this, just so that we're all on the same page before I click off of here. Hey, Robin. Good to see you. Beach bum. Okay. Y'all got the full context now of what was being discussed, why I was offended, all the things. Jason, did you just step away from the whole community? Betty, kind of. I just started doing more true crime stuff. I just didn't know where I fit anymore. And really, I didn't know where to go, where I would feel comfortable, I really didn't because, I could have just said, I'm just not going to go in her chat ever again, which I think I'd only been in there once. Just a PSA, the only crew is the tiny redhead one, little baby boy. So I just started doing whatever, I didn't want to be anywhere where if you think that this kind of stuff is cool or you don't even want to go and check the context to see why people are offended, then that's it. That was it for me. So I kind of just step back. That's it. Yeah, I don't have a crew. I mean, we have our court watching crew. That's about it. That is about it. We watch our little cases. That's what we talk about, you know, and that's it. So, I don't know. Yeah, it's rough. It is a rough situation when you feel like that. You're like, oh, what the fuck? I don't even know what to do now. You know, you might want to listen though. You're like, oh, I want to go in and see what they're talking about. But that makes me a hypocrite too, right? So I'm going in there and listening to people that I am not even comfortable chatting in their chat at this point. So I just can't do it. I don't know. It is what it is. So that's it. That's all. I won't be addressing it again. I ain't in no war with nobody, you know, and if bad things come to me because of this, I mean, there's not much I can do about that. You know, I'll take it as it comes. Oh, sorry, I was stretching. Sometimes silence is more jarring than anything else. So, yeah, same. I can't. All right. I love you so much. Love you so much. And I'm beating this joint, y'all. I'll see you in a chat here and there. I'm sure that there will be some more trials coming up, crime videos, whatever. But that's it. That's all. Okay. Bye, bish.